Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gabby and I have created the brand Living Yellow to inspire positivity, happiness, and kindness through words and art. So on this YouTube channel, I basically take you through my days sometimes. I'll talk about small business stuff, how I started my small business, which is what we're going to be talking about today, how I market it, stuff like that. And then I also talk about the law of attraction because that's something that is very prevalent in my brand and kind of the main reason why I started the brand, because the law of attraction is just, really about being positive and using words, thoughts, beliefs to kind of create your reality and live your best life. So if any of that interests you, make sure to subscribe to this channel. But without further ado, let's get on into this video. So in today's video, like I said, I'm going to be talking about starting a small business or side hustle and basically breaking down my personal experience with it and why I created this little business and brand. And some tips and all that type of stuff. So I hope that you enjoy this video. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down below, or you can DM me on Instagram at @shopliving_yellow. Basically, for me, I have always had an entrepreneurial spirit, and I've always been very creative and into making things. I actually had this little business when I was in 7th or 8th grade. I sewed these bags. I did it with my grandma, and she helped me make these. I really wanted this type of school bag, and so I kind of told her, I was like, this is what I want, but I can't find it anywhere. So she's like, well, let's just make it. So then I made it, and then a lot of people liked them, so I had a little business with that, and I sold these bags. So I've always been very entrepreneurial spirited. And I've always wanted to own my own business and create something and not have a normal 9-to-5 lifestyle, because I just know that personally that's not gonna create a thriving life for me. It might pay the bills and make me happy in that regard, but I know that if I'm not doing something that constantly challenges me, makes me creative, and fuels my own passion and love, then I will essentially feel like I wasted my life, because it won't be as fulfilling as creating something and really putting my heart into something. So the thing is, though, I graduated from college last December, so just over a year ago, and I'm a broke student. I have student loans, so I got a degree in advertising and PR, and then I got a job in marketing and graphic design. So I do still have a full-time job. Well, it's 35 hours a week, so it's not full-time, but it's a full-time job. But soon after I started working for this company, I realized I don't like having a boss, and I don't like having to be somewhere 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and I want to be able to create my own schedule, and I want to be able to do something that's fulfilling and that's helpful and motivating to other people and inspiring. So I decided to create Living Yellow, and the idea came to me because I was in kind of a rough patch in my life. Definitely not the worst time in my life, but definitely I hit a rough patch, because I'm usually a very positive and motivated person. But during this time, I had started my job, and I soon realized it was a dead-end job. I wasn't going to be promoted, and it wasn't fulfilling, like I was saying. And then I was also in a dead-end relationship, and so that was obviously taking a toll on my health. I knew I had to break up with this person, but it's just, I was just one, scared too, because being single is kind of scary, honestly, in this day and age, because yeah. And then also just, I didn't want to hurt somebody. I didn't want to be sad and lonely and all this stuff. But I just wasn't being fulfilled. I was not happy, and I just knew I had to do something. So I created something that has really helped me. Here's a tip if you're just kind of in a rough patch or a funk, finding something that you're very passionate about or finding a new hobby. That really helped initiate getting me out of this dark time. So I put everything into this company, this brand, and like yeah, just created Living Yellow, and it has changed a little over, like I started a little over a year ago, so it's changed a little since then. Like originally it was just t-shirts and it was kind of vintage 70s style, but then I discovered like hand lettering, and I really enjoy doing that and being creative like on Procreate on the iPad. So then it expanded into like stickers and like art prints and still t-shirts and sweatshirts and all that stuff, but the brand has kind of evolved. It's still evolving, and you know, whenever you have a business, it's constantly going to be evolving. So I'm fine with that. But here, okay, now let's just get into, that's like why I started the business, basically because I've always wanted to have a business, and also because I was kind of in a slump and I needed something to focus on to bring positivity into my life. And that's kind of the idea with Living Yellow. It's like for other people that are kind of going through a rough time, no matter what it is, like it's something that if you follow at Shop Living Yellow on Instagram, you get daily, almost daily, like positivity, inspiration, stuff like that. So it's very focused on helping people be very positive and happy and living their best life, because you know, life is hard and it's rough and you can go through so many different things. So if there's something little that I can do to help brighten other people's days, like that's why I do it. So yeah, that's why I started. But full transparency, I kind of mentioned this, I still do have like a full-time job. It's still like a side hustle, a side business for the time being, but I've learned a lot, and I think that everyone has to start somewhere. And even though I haven't technically made it yet, like I can't go full-time with this business yet, I still feel like I have valuable information to share for those people that are maybe like in the baby stages or want to start a side hustle or stuff like that. I feel like my knowledge and experience right now can be very like relevant and helpful to you, as opposed to like a few years down the line where I kind of forget what it's like to be hustling in this stage of the business. How did I do it? Basically I came up with the idea, something that you have to really make sure that you have when you're starting a brand or a business or a side hustle, is you have to have a clear mission and vision. You can't just, even if you have a great product, if you don't have a mission and a vision for the brand, come here, say hi. The brand is not going to go anywhere, and people are, you know, kind of going to be like, why should I care? Like, you really need to have a strong mission and vision, and you really need to have a strong brand story to back it up, because people buy into stories. Like, people want to be a part of a story of a brand. So if you have a personal experience and a personal story that you can share with others, it will inspire them, it'll make them feel connected to you. When you disclose things about yourself as a business owner or a business or a brand or whatever, other people feel connected to you, and they, you know, build this relationship with you. And I went to school for public relations, and that's a huge thing, is like marketing and having a business. There's a lot of things that go into it, but one of the most important things is building a relationship with your customers, with your followers, with like, you know, those people, because at the end of the day, they're what drives your business, and without them, you would have nothing. So building that relationship is really, really important. And with social media, there's so many ways that you can do this, and so many ways that you can share your story. So definitely you need to make sure you're on social media. I would recommend, I think Instagram is still really great for businesses. It's kind of semi-hard to grow on Instagram, but I still think it's necessary for businesses. Facebook, I don't do a lot with Facebook, but I have an account just so I can like run ads sometimes. TikTok, I don't have a large following on TikTok, but if you want to follow at Shop Living Yellow on TikTok, please do, because I would like to get a larger following on there, because it's such a new platform and you can reach so many people organically through that platform. So Instagram, TikTok, and then YouTube, because you can build such a personal connection with people because you're speaking to them, and you can go back and forth in the comments and talk with them there. So those three I definitely think are very important. Depending on what business or brand that you have, Twitter maybe is important, and then Pinterest for my personal brand, since it's a lot of like visual stuff. I do have Pinterest, and that helps me grow on there as well. So make sure you have a clear vision, mission, brand story. Make sure you're prevalent on social media channels. Sorry, that was my cat. Make sure you're prevalent on social media channels so you can build relationships with your customers and audiences. And then you obviously need to build a website. So you have to buy a domain. So I bought www.shoplivingYellow.com, and it's only $14 a year. So domains usually aren't that expensive to buy, at least mine wasn't. And then I forget what website I used. I'll link it down below for the domain. But for my website, I used Shopify, and it's $30 a month for the basic plan. And I think it's great. The reason I picked Shopify is because I use that for my like actual like 9-to-5 job, so I'm familiar with it. But you could use WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, all that stuff. I personally think Shopify is really user-friendly, and I would recommend it. I'll link it down below as well. But if you don't want to pay for a website, you can always use Etsy, like if you're making stuff and selling it as a business like that. So you can use a platform or a marketplace like Etsy or Amazon and stuff like that. So yeah, I created my website right away. I'm also on Etsy, but I don't get a lot of sales through there. But then again, I also don't really like promote on Etsy or work on Etsy a lot. It's just kind of like another stream for people to find me. But it is really helpful. Like a lot of people sell on Etsy. So if you want to do that, I definitely recommend it. When you're building your website, you want to basically make sure you have obviously your products page, and when you have your products, you want to make sure that you take really good, like high quality, good lighting pictures. I bought this light box from Amazon, so I'll link it down below. So if you have like little like I use it for stickers, so if you have like a little product like that, I think the light box is great. If you need to photograph like maybe a person, like if it's apparel, I also got these box lights from Amazon. I'll also link those down below, and that's great for taking pictures. You could just do it up against like a white wall, or if you don't have a white wall, do it up against like a wall and put like a cloth or something that's white, and take pictures, and it would be really good lighting and your pictures would look high quality. So make sure you have your product pages, you have them with high quality pictures. You also want to make sure you have a homepage, and on that homepage you want to have like a slider or something, like a hero image, I think it's called. Something like that. I should know this. But you want to make sure you have like a slider, like a main image for that page. Yeah, Shopify is really easy to use when building the website because you can just drag and drop elements and it basically does it for you. You just plug in the colors, the fonts that you want to use, and then it basically creates a lot of it for you if you're a beginner. So on my homepage, I have a slider, like 2 sliders I think, and then I have a new product section, and then I think I have like a sticker section, and then I have a newsletter sign up, and then a Instagram gallery, and then at the bottom I have like the search bar and then contact us page. I would recommend, not a lot of people use the contact us page for my business, but I would recommend you have it just so that people can get in touch with you. And then going off of that is making sure that you have a newsletter or an email marketing system. Right now I use MailChimp because it's free. For a lot of the features are limited on the free version. Like I can't schedule emails, I have to manually do it, but that's not a huge deal. It's like worth saving the money for me. And then I think I can have like 2,000 contacts and send a limited amount of emails a month, but so far it's been working for me. I use MailChimp, I'll link that down below as well. But there's like Constant Contact, there's a bunch of email marketing platforms, but make sure that you have that, even if you're not going to do a lot with email marketing at the beginning. Like I don't do a ton of email marketing with it. I don't do a ton with email marketing right now, but making sure that you're building a list, an email list, is so important and really, really essential. So make sure that you're doing that just so you have a point of contact with your customers. So that's basically your business, your small business starter kit, I would say. Website, email, marketing system, social media, and like the brand elements such as your mission, vision, brand story. Going along with that also, obviously, you need a logo and like your color scheme and everything picked out with that, like the brand details. That's your basic like business in a nutshell. But yeah, now I'm just gonna give you some tips on how to like grow your business and your audience. Obviously, I don't have the biggest audience in the world, but I have the beginning stages of growing anything is super, super hard. Growing on social media, growing a business, like that initial, like getting over that hump of like, you know, like on Instagram. Getting to 10,000 followers is so, so, so hard. Like I'm at 1,000 right now. And my goal for the end of the year is to get to 10,000. So if you don't already follow at Child Living Yellow on Instagram, make sure that you do. But getting to 10,000 is really, really hard. And then once people hit 10,000, it just like, you grow so much faster. On YouTube, getting to like, I think like 50,000 is really hard. Or it might even be 10,000. But like, getting to that point, after that, you just take off. Usually, that's how it works. That's what I've seen from a lot of people. But growing in the initial stages is really, really hard. So it's really important to keep in mind that you need to be consistent, you need to keep an open and positive mindset, because it's going to be really, really frustrating and you're going to get like upset because you're like, I'm doing all this work and I'm not getting anything. You want to make sure that you're being consistent, like I said, and you want to make sure that you're going to have to do a lot of things for free. Like you're going to have to do your Instagram posts. You're not going to necessarily get paid or get a lot of promotion from that right at the beginning because you're new. Content creation, like if you want to start a YouTube channel for your brand, you're going to do a lot of work, filming, editing, uploading, all that stuff, and you're not necessarily going to get paid. And writing blogs, all that stuff. You want to do a lot of content creation. I've noticed that that's a huge thing right now, just because the internet is so big, like such a big part of our lives. Content creation is like the best way to just get out there with your brand and your messaging. Another tip I have for growing is reach out to influencers. These don't have to be like Kendall Jenner, you know, like they don't have to be celebrities, but I would reach out to like people with 10,000, 20,000 followers on Instagram or like TikTok or whatever. Reach out to them, give them some product for free, and then just say in return if you could promote this on your Instagram story or your Instagram feed or stuff like that. So yeah, that's a huge thing. A lot of the initial momentum I got from like 100 to like 500 followers is from promoting through influencers on Instagram. And I can go in depth on any of these topics in a later video. I just kind of wanted to give like an overview of and kind of like an outline of what starting a business, small business or like side hustle is, because I don't know, I just think a lot of people just don't know. They might want to start a little side business, but they don't know that much about it. So I wanted to kind of give like a rundown of what you can expect and not get too detailed, because I could do that, break it down in a later video. So if you want that, make sure to leave a comment for me, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll be sure to do that. And in the comment, let me know like what you want me to go more in depth on. But just to recap, when you're going out to start your business, you're going to want to have all the branding elements, the name of your business, the logo, the colors, mission, vision, and your brand story all together. You need to buy your domain. You need to get your website set up. You need to set up your social media channels and make sure that you're posting consistently, you're posting quality content, and you're reaching out to influencers and leveraging that and building connections with your audience and your customers. Side note, for my like job, I do a lot with social media, so I'm pretty knowledgeable with social media. So that is definitely a video I can do in the future. For that, just let me know in the comments. But Other than that, I think that will wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos, and make sure to check out at shoplivingyellow.com to see the products that I sell, and at shoplivingyellow on Instagram for daily positivity and inspiration. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!